Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. It finally happened, folks. The NFL world is buzzing, and you're hearing it here first. Trevor Lawrence, the former number 1 overall pick and franchise quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, has officially arrived at the Miami Dolphins facility to sign what sources are calling a blockbuster contract. Cameras caught him stepping out of a sleek black SUV just minutes ago, dressed in a crisp suit, flashing that signature confidence we've seen since his Clemson days. And let me tell you, he looked every bit the star quarterback Miami has been dreaming of. This isn't just a player switch. This is a full-blown paradigm shift for the Dolphins organization. After years of instability at the QB position and falling short in the postseason, Miami is putting all his chips on the golden-haired gunslinger from Georgia. Lawrence walking into that building could be the beginning of a new era in South Beach. Think about this for a second. Trevor Lawrence is only 25 years old and already has more NFL experience than most quarterbacks his age, despite ups and downs. In Jacksonville, no one questions his arm talent, leadership, or the fact that he was molded in pressure since his college years. He's been through coaching changes, inconsistent offensive lines, and still managed to keep the Jaguars competitive in the AFC South. But now he steps into an offense stacked with weapons, a top 10 defense, and one of the most electric head coaches in the league. Mike McDaniel knows how to build around quarterbacks, and pairing him with a talent like Lawrence could be a match made in football heaven. It's like pairing prime Peyton Manning with Sean McVay. The potential is off the charts, and Dolphins fans have every reason to start dreaming big. The move comes after weeks of speculation and whispers behind the scenes. Rumors have been floating around ever since the Jaguars drafted a quarterback in the second round of this year's draft. Some called it insurance, others said it was a signal. Well, now we know. This wasn't just smoke, there was fire, and that fire has now lit a new torch in Miami. The Dolphins, who were previously locked into the Tua Tagovailoa saga, have made a dramatic pivot. Whether it was concerns over Tua's health, long-term durability, or playoff ceiling, they've decided to go big. And let's be honest, Lawrence brings star power. He's got that national appeal. He sells jerseys. He gets primetime slots. The NFL loves marketable stars in big cities, and there's no better fit than Trevor Lawrence lighting up the field at Hard Rock Stadium with the Atlantic Ocean shimmering in the background. This deal is expected to be massive, not just in money, but in long-term implications. According to insider reports, the contract could be in the range of $250 million over 6 years, with a staggering $180 million guaranteed. That puts Lawrence right up there with the Mahomes, the Burrows, and the Herberts of the world. And you know what? He deserves it. Quarterbacks like him don't come around often. He's got the poise, the presence, the accuracy, and now finally the platform to explode. Miami is not just giving him a team, they're giving him a franchise, a fan base, and a full arsenal of weapons. Imagine Tyreek Hill running a poster route with Trevor dropping a 50-yard dime right in stride. Picture Jalen Waddle catching a slant and turning it into a 70-yard touchdown. This is going to be must-watch football every single Sunday. From a strategic standpoint, this changes the entire AFC landscape. The Dolphins were already a playoff team, but with Trevor Lawrence under center, they become instant contenders. Kansas City, Buffalo, Cincinnati, they all better be on high alert because there's a new threat coming from the Sunshine State. The AFC East was already one of the toughest divisions in football, and this just turned the heat up even more. The Jets with Rodgers, the Bills with Allen, and now the Dolphins with Lawrence. Every divisional matchup is going to feel like a playoff game. This isn't just good for the Dolphins. It's incredible for the NFL. Ratings are going to spike. Ticket sales will soar. And Miami, a city that thrives on stars, just got its next superstar. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? You can't ignore the ripple effects this will have on Jacksonville either. The Jaguars spent years building around Trevor Lawrence. They went all in with Doug Peterson, revamped the roster, and gave the keys to Lawrence. So why let him walk? Well, word is the relationship began to strain last season. Creative differences with the offensive staff, a lack of trust in the front. office, and most importantly, Lawrence wanted to win now. The Dolphins offered a fast track to that dream. Sometimes in the NFL, it's not about loyalty, it's about legacy. And if Trevor believes he can win multiple Super Bowls in Miami, who can blame him? Jacksonville now enters rebuild mode again, and their fans will be watching closely to see if their new QB can step into the giant shoes Lawrence leaves behind. Meanwhile, in Miami, the energy is electric. Social media is exploding. Fans are already photoshopping Lawrence in a tail Dolphins jersey, and sports talk radio is in full meltdown mode. In the best way. We got our guy is the phrase you keep hearing, and they do. And this isn't a gamble. This is a calculated strike by a franchise that has waited 2 decades to find its quarterback of the future. Ever since Dan Marino retired, the Dolphins have cycled through QBs like a carousel. Some promising, most disappointing. But now it feels different. It feels real. Trevor Lawrence walking through those front doors doesn't just bring hope, it brings expectation. Miami is officially back in the spotlight, and they're ready to make a statement. And let's not forget how this affects the culture of the team. Bringing in a quarterback like Lawrence instantly raises the bar for everyone in that locker room. From the offensive line to the wide receivers to the defense, they know they have a leader now. A guy who can go toe-to-toe with Mahomes in the fourth quarter. A player who commands respect, not just because of his talent, but because of the way he carries himself. He's calm under pressure, deadly accurate, and he's got that rare it factor that separates good quarterbacks from great ones. When he speaks, teammates listen, and when he plays, they believe. This move doesn't just change the roster, it transforms the entire identity of the franchise. What comes next? That's the million-dollar question. Training camp is just around the corner, and all eyes will be on how quickly Lawrence can acclimate to McDaniel's system. But let me tell you, if anyone can pick it up fast, it's Trevor. He's worked in complex systems before, and with the talent surrounding him, he won't need to be Superman on every down. The Dolphins will likely start integrating RPOs, motion-heavy formations, and deep play-action bombs to utilize Lawrence's full skill set. Expect some growing pains early, but by midseason, this could be the most dangerous offense in the NFL. Fantasy owners, get ready. Opposing defensive coordinators better start losing sleep, because Trevor Lawrence is coming, and he's bringing the storm to Miami. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.